Do the numbers just speak for themselves, or is there some kind of other motive for the filing at this time, Joey?
No correlation at all, Mike. You kidding? I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
That's $100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a mother. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry.
This is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country.
Floyd Mayweather, who once claimed career earnings above $1.2 billion, is now said to be dealing with serious financial trouble based on recent reports linked to CNN. Even though he continues to show off private jets, huge homes and costly watches, insiders believe heavy spending, poor business moves and rising legal expenses have put major pressure on his finances. Some sources say the boxing star has been selling off assets behind the scenes to handle debts, while others suggest that a bankruptcy filing could be approaching.
Everything ends up this way. Well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think the valuation needs to get here.
Floyd Mayweather once stood at the top of the sports world in terms of wealth, reportedly earning more than $1.2 to $2 billion from fights, endorsements, and public appearances. But the fortune didn't last. Instead of making smart investments or keeping his finances secure, he spent as if the money would never run out. Extravagant purchases, from gold-plated jets to whole collections of supercars, became part of his lifestyle. His focus on being the richest and most flashy athlete overshadowed any financial caution. The same habits that earned him the nickname Money Mayweather have now pushed him to the edge of financial collapse.
He's up there, bro. He's probably got to be at least $400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like $100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though, huh?
They be lying? You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Richest boxer in the world. It's a lot of money.
Mayweather gained attention not only for his undefeated record but also for the huge sums he earned from fights. His match with Manny Pacquiao reportedly brought in over $250 million, while his exhibition with Conor McGregor earned similar amounts. He was often called the highest-paid athlete in the world. Instead of using this money to build lasting wealth, Mayweather spent it on lavish living. Giant parties, private jets for his team, and multi-million-dollar gambling sprees became a regular part of his lifestyle.
Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
His money problems go beyond just overspending. His name has repeatedly come up in legal disputes connected to risky business deals. In 2022, he was involved in a class action lawsuit over a cryptocurrency project that many called a pump and dump. The case was eventually dismissed, but it showed his tendency to join hype-driven ventures without proper checks. In 2024, things got worse when he faced another lawsuit for allegedly instructing his bodyguard to attack a man, with the victim seeking more than $3 million in damages. These legal issues highlight a pattern of risky and reckless decisions around both his business and finances.
All that. How did that happen in your life?
Well, things happen. I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, she was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, you know, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, you know, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know, in my children's life.
Rogan, known for speaking his mind, openly criticized Mayweather for ignoring his tax responsibilities. He warned that no matter how much money someone has, skipping taxes can lead to serious problems with the IRS, and he's correct. Many wealthy people have faced major consequences for the same reason. Rogan also noted that Floyd's flashy lifestyle could be masking serious financial issues, and the pattern Mayweather seems to be following isn't anything new.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Tyson famously made hundreds of millions at the height of his boxing career, only to file for bankruptcy after years of excessive spending. He owned tigers, mansions, and even a gold bathtub. Now Floyd Mayweather seems to be following a similar path. Like Tyson, Mayweather shows off his luxury cars, jewelry, and homes, but behind the scenes, his financial situation looks unstable.
It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down over here. We talking boxing. Now, I am fresh off watching episode 1 of the All Access of the upcoming fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. Now, a lot of people may have gotten a lot of things from watching that episode. You know, it was real flamboyant. We seen Floyd Mayweather tossing his money around as always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada yada yada, it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality, you know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. They're something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And I understand the argument for those who may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains.
Ironically, Floyd has often talked about financial strategy, even mentioning a buy low, sell high approach for his real estate deals. But his actions don't match his words. No one doubts his skill in the ring, his defense, timing, and fight intelligence made him one of the greatest boxers ever. Retiring undefeated is a rare achievement. Yet being a top athlete doesn't guarantee smart money management. Mayweather's focus and discipline in boxing stand in stark contrast to his impulsive decisions outside the ring.
Consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
yes,
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it. He became
Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, has expressed doubts about his financial choices. In a frank interview, Jeff said he no longer understands Floyd's unpredictable behavior, particularly his haphazard investments. Floyd seems to dive into business deals without a solid plan, guided more by ego than careful thinking. His huge real estate claims also draw skepticism from experts who know how risky those markets can be.
I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on with him. I know he's doing things that, to better his life, like, buying homes and buying, different things, and so I don't know exactly what he's doing. So I haven't seen him in quite some time, and I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
I know the KSI's team would be happy to make their fight with
Floyd's ongoing issues with the IRS are a serious warning sign. Reports say federal officials previously told him to sell properties and pay his taxes, but he ignored the advice, risking financial disaster. When the IRS starts seizing assets, it shows a major level of mismanagement. Floyd's choice not to address his tax debt proactively only worsened the problem.
I'm at least at fact reporting. You guys all seen the headline saying Mayweather needs money, Mayweather has problems, Mayweather needs Conor McGregor. Well, the truth couldn't be further. Let me tell you, Floyd Mayweather just posted this on his Instagram, and I know it's true because anyone who was around Floyd Mayweather back after the Pacquiao fight in 2015 saw Mayweather with the $26 million paycheck for the IRS. And this is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that. Hashtag TMT, hashtag Floyd Mayweather, hashtag TBE.
Eventually, Floyd responded to the tax rumors by announcing he had paid $26 million to the IRS. But rather than clearing up doubts, it sparked more questions. Was that the total amount he owed? Was it already too late? The timing felt less like transparency and more like an attempt at damage control. Some critics say the payment was a PR move designed to quiet the rising speculation.
By showing on Instagram $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, 26 million. Then just pay him. Like, I don't know why, like, he's mad at the media. It's like, oh, you guys are making things up. No, it's leaked that you asked to pay after this fight. Like, you make all this money. If I was Mayweather, not only would I pay them on time, the IRS, I'd tip them. I'd be like, hey, here's what I owe you. Here's a little bit. Get your woman something nice, all right? How was Christmas for your kids? Oh, you're Jewish? Convert just for this Christmas.
Despite growing lawsuits and financial red flags, Mayweather recently said he invested $42 million in real estate, buying 62 buildings in Manhattan with his own money. He emphasized that no outside partners were involved, but critics question the claim's accuracy. The timing and size of the purchase seem overstated, especially considering his other financial troubles.
$2 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion."
Instead of inspiring confidence, the statement has fueled more doubt. If accurate, it points to reckless overextension. Mayweather's obsession with luxury appears to be his biggest flaw. Every expensive car, designer watch, and gold chain adds to a lifestyle he can no longer maintain. Sources say he spends more than he makes month after month. The numbers simply don't add up, and when these purchases carry huge tax bills, the problem only gets worse.
Floyd Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. See, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
Nothing shows Floyd's love for spectacle better than his recent trip to Mexico in an armored tank. While most people choose luxury SUVs or private jets, Mayweather went to the extreme. It was clearly about grabbing attention, not practicality. These stunts may go viral, but they also highlight someone completely out of touch with financial reality.
They got Floyd Mayweather, like...
Well, I didn't say kidnap, but you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so he's out in a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as the world knows, he's money made, very flashy. Look, man, we both made some real money, but you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes. Say we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved up.
That's a fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but me and you, we real. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion, and I hope he get out of his problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out, like whatever the tab is. He should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it.
Mayweather's watch collection, reportedly worth millions, is another sign of his urge to show off wealth. Social media is full of images featuring rows of diamond-studded watches, each more extravagant than the last. Fans may admire the luxury, but financial experts see it as wasteful. These watches don't gain value, they lose at the moment they are purchased.
I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. Right here, I got 3 cases. And they're all full of watches. So when I travel, I like to take, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is Audi & Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, Avi & Co. As you can see, Avi & Co. Now, let's talk about watches, let's talk about jewelry, let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side. Now, we want to give the people an appetizer or something light. So we give you 2 appetizers, then we give you a main course. Just a few watches that I got while I travel. So check this out. We're gonna go here first. And of course, the company is Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come to you guys.
When it comes to business, Floyd's track record is as shaky as his spending habits. He has often prioritized profit over principle, diving into ventures full of controversy. From questionable crypto projects to failed promotions, his portfolio is filled with impulsive choices. Building lasting wealth takes planning, ethics, and structure, qualities Floyd rarely shows. As concerns grow over his financial management, so does the worry that his empire may be collapsing. If he doesn't adjust his approach soon, he risks being remembered not just as a great boxer, but as a billionaire who lost it all.
Yeah. I think it was like a $5 or $8 million 5-fight deal or something like that. You have to check the numbers, but he turned that down to start his own promotion. And when he was with HBO, he worked out that deal to do the 24/7 where you can see the behind the scenes. That was right around the time when reality TV was getting big. So you didn't have social media then. People began to build and know Floyd off of the 24/7. I can tell you right now, my wife even became a boxing fan from watching the 24/7s. So the timing of him becoming his own boss, which you're gonna make the majority.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.